Hello everybody, welcome to today's vlog. Today we are in Provo, Utah. We are on Center Street, a historic road down here. I love visiting old historic streets like this, like documenting them, and that's basically what we're going to be doing today. I probably won't be doing a whole lot of talking because I don't feel like it, but I will be adding in some narration later on. So anyways, come with me down Center Street here in Provo, Utah. Sorry about that. Orm's right up the road. Got a little happenings billboard right here. That's all the stuff that's going to be happening here in the Provo area. So here's a little map. So here's the city center LES temple. We are located right down over here. We are right about here. There's the police station. Police station is right about there. And we are going to be going this way. Yes, we're going that way. Sorry. Had to make sure I was getting the right directions to get the correct bearings and everything. All right, starting off at the intersection of Center Street and State Street. There's a police station just right there. We were just right over there a second ago. I'm not sure what the Surrender Center used to be, but you can tell it's kind of an older building with the bricks. I want to say it was at least like 1960s, 1950s, maybe when this building was built. Maybe even way earlier than that. But something like this. I mean, you can definitely tell that there used to be another building here. You see the outlines of it and everything. Little Kim Possible Disney reference right there. But yeah, you can also tell that there used to be something else here because you see the door right there, the little walkway right there. And you can also see just above this door, where this door used to be, like a little star thing right there. It's right, a little circle thing right about there. You can tell that there's that. There's no one over there that used to reach across, go to the other building. You can see what looks like it was an outline to like separate floors here. And I didn't even notice this until just now, because you see like Christmas lights there. But look, they look like they've been sitting there for a long time. You see another door used to be right there. Obviously another one right here. And it looks like another one used to be like right there. I used to deliver the Hurusha's Kalashes, I think it was called. It was just in this building in the corner. I used to back up right over there to where that like green fence is, right on the opposite side of that dumpster. I used to park over there, and I used to see this all the time. You can see murals like this kind of sporadically spread out in Provo. Same area, but I also wanted to point out that you can, even in the rocks, you can see what used to be little tile pieces. So I'm not going to take these because, well, they're not mine, and I don't know if I am allowed to even take them at all, so I'm going to leave them there. I like this, the way this Pioneer book, I like how it's painted. You see it better from over there, but you see how the exterior of Pioneer book has books painted on it. You got Hamlet up there, Anna Karenina up there. Life of Johnson, Right OGs, Lord of the Rings, Pride and Prejudice, even Huckleberry Finn, Three Musketeers. All right, a few years ago when I did my Footloose filming locations video, I had mentioned that this was the bar that they used in the movie. I was completely wrong, because this morning I was actually going through some notes I had for filming locations, and it turns out that this is the wrong location that I had said. It was originally right around the corner, and it's actually been built over since. But it looks like that this place has closed for a little while ago. It looks like they're doing, I'm not sure what they're doing in there. But it looks like it's actually been closed for quite some time. I just never even noticed it before. City limits since 1946. Driven by here multiple times. I didn't even notice that it was closed. I don't drink, so I guess there's that. So how could I have known if I don't drink? Nice little chain of pawn shops here and there. There's this one. Had like this little large chicken. And I know there's another one in American Fork a few miles up the road. But other than those two locations that look exactly the same with the giant chicken, I don't know if there's any other locations that they have here in the area. Now, this is the place I was telling you about just a couple of minutes ago. I used to back in over there behind the building and then come through the fence and just come deliver through the front door right here. This is something I noticed a lot about Utah, is that there's a lot of, seems like there's a lot of pawn shops around here in the area. There's just two I walked by. Right there, and the yellow one right there. Strange, but it's okay. This park where these cars are parked right there, there's a big old dirt lot. That used to be where the old, police station used to be before it opened up over there. The old city hall, the new city hall. Or this is like where the new city hall, new police station. I'm sorry. This is where the old city hall, old police station was located until it opened up right over there. You tell this has been around for a while. It looks like there used to be like an upstairs up there too. You can tell by the side of the building. Okay, let me show you something on the roadside attractions app that you can download on your phone. You have like a small like $2 membership per month. If you're here in the area, it'll have something on there that says you can see two stuffed polar bears. It's right here, located at the Harris Hearing Aid Center. Come on up. If you see right in through the window, you see the stuffed polar bears right in there. Right there. See it through the window. Not sure why they have something like that, but to each their own, I guess. And I know this building right here is a fairly new building. I think I want to say they opened it within the last 10 years or so, but I don't have an exact date. But I do remember seeing them working on it. I just don't recall how long ago it was. I want to say it was like 10 years ago, but at the same time, that would be kind of a lie because I don't know for sure when it opened. But you can tell it's pretty new. But yeah, I do remember when this whole block right here, parts of the street here are blocked off. It's down to a one-lane road for a little bit. Yeah, I remember when they were building this, but I want to say it's about 10 years old, newer, maybe even newer than that. But again, not 100% sure. Right across the street from the new construction, over that construction, you got this B&H pharmacy. It's not a pharmacy anymore, but looks like it's a thrift store. Pretty nice looking thrift store. And at night, yeah, it's a red neon lighting going on. It's really cool. I like how they didn't change the sign at all. I like how they kept it up there. And even though it's not like a drugstore or a pharmacy anymore, it's a boutique. The boutique at the B&H pharmacy. I don't know if anybody follows Ihuna's Adventures. Her name right here. I found her store. She has a store right here in Provo, Utah. But you didn't know that. but she didn't know that. Shout out to her channel. Check out the link down below. Okay, I think we have an art gallery here called The Compass, Taylor Bros building. And I think they also have, those are either offices or they are apartment buildings. I'm not 100% sure. I think, you know, they probably are office buildings. I don't think they have any apartments. I don't think they have any apartment buildings here on Center Street, unless you go way farther down. All right. And this is that question right there by the door, right on the side of the Taylor Bros building. We've got ourselves some more murals, big old posters. And here is the corrected material from an old video. Like I was talking about at the beginning of earlier in this video, that bar I thought was the bar used in Footloose, but in all reality, it was located here on this site. Obviously, you can tell it has since been demolished, and this is now the Utah Valley Convention Center for Utah County, since Provo is the biggest city, pretty much the biggest city here in Utah County. But it's been demolished, and this is what stands on the site now. A little farther down, we got a couple more bars. BYU is actually just a few miles up the road that way. Actually, more like that way, on the other side of the building. I do apologize for slightly lying towards the beginning of the video. I know I said that I would not be talking a whole lot at the beginning of the video, but I'm actually talking a lot more than I thought I would. Not a bad thing, because honestly, I'd actually rather record now and talk later, or talk now instead of talking now, or recording now and talking later. And here we got ourselves a Marriott hotel right in the middle of all these office buildings. It's kind of weird having. It might be often. I haven't gone to the Marriott as often as a lot of people, but to me, I think it's kind of weird how they have a Marriott right on the middle of a busy street like this. And it's not exactly the biggest street, and it's this little area here, little entryway where you pull up and unload. If this has any more than I don't even know if they actually use it because it's chained off there. But if they were to use it, they only have like 2 or 3 cars. It's pretty much back down to the street already. So it's not very big, but I think most of the parking is on the opposite side of the building. Now I know we're actually coming up in the busier part of the road because the next stoplight up there, you kind of see it through the bushes and everything. That's University Avenue and Center Street, the crossroads. University is like the busiest road in the city of Provo. And that's where the main thoroughfare to go from one side of Provo to north to south. There's the Provo City Center Temple. I'll give a little bit of the history of that here in a little bit. But like I said, a lot of the population drives up and down this road, and this is like where a lot of the food places are here. Speaking of that, right here, Two Jack's Pizza. I think there's like 4 or 5 locations here in Utah County, maybe like one up in Salt Lake County, but this is probably my favorite pizza I've ever had. Second, behind the Italian family restaurant in Seattle. But they had some really good breadsticks, cheese breadsticks here at the location. Super good. Sub-Zero. I wonder how much the rent is here. Martha Hughes Cannon. Yep, Martha Hughes Cannon. She was I visited her grave before. I don't know if I made a video about it, but I know I put it on my Instagram before. But she was the first senator for the state of Utah, or she was the first female senator in the state of Utah. She ran as a Democrat, went up against her husband, and beat him. She won the House by defeating her husband. She's buried up in the Salt Lake City Cemetery. This guy had the salty barbers just went into the window. Pretty nice guy. He went in to talk to him for just a couple of seconds. Really nice guy. I kind of wanted to point out was, I think it was right here for the suite. Yeah, there's this location. This used to be a Belgian fast food place called Bruges. Yeah, it's really good French fries and really good like sausages and stuff like that. I'm not sure why they closed. I don't even know if I think they only had like 2 or 3 locations. They were on the Food Network and everything. I don't know if they have any locations open anymore, but I remember them. It was pretty good. Yeah, and the guy at that haircut place was saying that they get people coming in and doing YouTube videos all the time. Makes me wonder who these people are, because I'm kind of curious. I would like to meet up with some other YouTubers in the area, just kind of do some videos together. All right, now we are at the intersection of Center Street and University. Like I said, this is the busiest road in Provo. Goes a little bit farther down. And that night block building right there, you see that in a lot of pictures about historic buildings in Provo. Usually this is like in them somewhere, dating back to when the building first opened up. And this Los Hermanos, the original location was about a block or 2 up the road, but it burned down and it reopened at the University Mall. And I have lots of documentation about that place, photographically and everything. And it was posted on my Instagram page a couple of times just to document the University Mall. Anyways, they took over the old spaghetti factory location at the University Mall, and they were there for at least 5-6 years maybe, until that location opened up. And once that location opened up, the one at the mall closed, and the one at the mall became the Cheesecake Factory. You see the Excelsior building, built in 1890. Right here, 1889. So these buildings have been, around for almost 140 years. At least this little section of it right here. All right, now like I said, I was going to give a little bit of a history about the Provo City Center Temple. The building opened originally in the late 19th, early 20th centuries, but it was not a temple. It opened up originally as, it was the Provo Tabernacle is what it was called. And operated as the Provo Tabernacle for years and years and years and years, decades. Until about 2010 or 2011. Now, I don't remember what year it was, but it was either 2010 or 2011. I don't have the exact date, but the building actually caught fire. I don't know if it was arson, if they officially announced it was arson, but I heard that arson was a heavy rumor as to why it burned. But the interiors of the building were severely damaged, to where it would just be too costly to reopen, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me in that sense, because the LDS Church still owns the building, and I'm not sure why they didn't just do the necessary renovations to the building to make it working as a tabernacle anymore. But they ended up reusing the exterior walls, keeping all 4 pillars. I think there might have been 6 before. I don't remember. No, there was 4 at the time that the fire burned it down, and they kept those up. They kept the walls up, and they rebuilt the spires. They rebuilt the the spires in the 4 corners, and they kept the original walls up, but they completely gutted out what they could with the rest of it, with what was destroyed. Took out what was destroyed, and they reopened it as an LDS temple, because this makes the second one here in Provo, and it's Provo is actually only the third city. It's only the third city in the world that has two LDS temples. The other Provo one is actually just got demolished. That one opened up in 1977, and they're actually building on the site over there. But the church preserved as much of this building as they possibly could. And I know that when it burned down, that spire right there, right in the middle, that has the statue at the top. When the building was first built, there was a spire, but I think after like 50 years, they took it down, just kind of roofed it over. And then when they rebuilt it as a temple, they put another spire there in the middle. So now this building has 5 spires. But yeah, I do apologize if this video is starting to sound a little religious. That's not the intent of this video at all. But that is a huge part of what Utah is. With its historical background, its religious background, with strong, faithful Mormon people here. That's a huge part of the history in Utah. So in a lot of the videos, whenever I do a video here in Utah, you're going to see a lot of it. And I apologize if it sounds religious, but I'm not trying to be religious at all. Right across the street from Provo City Center, you can see the historic Utah County Courthouse right there. Honestly, I've never been inside that building, so I don't even know if it's still used as a courthouse or not. Because, actually, you know what? I think it is. Come to think of it, it is. It's part of the Historical Landmark Society, NHRP. And you can see in the background, I can't zoom in because, again, I'm using the GoPro, but you can see in the background right there, a big old white Y painted on the side of the mountain. That's where BYU is, out in that direction. I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you look through where these 2 lights are right there, 2 lampposts, you can see like a Colliers International, for rent or for sale sign. That's the building that the Los Hermanos used to be in before it burned down, but they couldn't afford the repairs. Sorry, but I had to cut through the little property of the temple because I didn't feel comfortable filming while kids are walking by because I don't feel comfortable filming children at all. I feel really uncomfortable with that, so I had to cut through this way. So I gave a little bit of a history of the building over here, and I was just walking down, and here's like an old picture of it right here. That's what it used to look like. And I was telling you how it had those 4 spires. I guess here's what the original spire looked like. I don't know. Or here, 1855 is when that picture was taken. So yeah, late 19th century is when the building was built. Take a screenshot, pause it, whatever you gotta do to take that. Truman O. Angel, I visited his grave up in Salt Lake City. Same thing with Brigham Young, I visited his grave. And also Thomas S. Monson, I visited his grave right here. Early morning fire, December 17, 2010. So yeah, 2010 is when there was a fire there. And I guess in the late 1870s, a baptistry was built in the west end of the meeting house, meaning this house right here. Uncovered during an archaeological dig in 2012. That's when they started working on making this be a temple. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, I do have to mention this though. Regardless of your religious beliefs or lack of religious beliefs, doesn't matter. I always find historical stuff like that to be interesting. It doesn't matter if it's a shared belief that I have or if it's not a shared belief I have, because everybody is their own individual person. Everybody has their own beliefs, what they feel is true, and that is A-okay in my opinion. In the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, it gives us the freedom of religion. It also gives us the freedom from religion. I just feel like a lot of people have a hard time when it comes to religious stuff because people want to be right no matter what the belief is. And I just wish that we as a people, we as a nation would just stop arguing over stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I apologize for having said that because I don't usually share my own personal beliefs a whole lot. I don't like to, because it's something that I believe. And I know that some people will share the same beliefs that I have. Some people won't. And that's okay. You don't have to. I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm also not saying that I'm wrong. I know it's kind of confusing how that sounded, but you know, that's just how I feel. All right, well, we are coming to an end of today's video, but we'll be filming a little bit more stuff, just walking through. I would like to thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to check out the links down below. Come on over and hop onto the Discord channel. The Discord server linked down below. Ask me a question and I can post at the end of the video and answer the question. It's a fun little activity I want to start doing from now on. And also, don't forget to check out my Instagram page where I can post other pictures, where you see some background stuff that I do. On top of that, I also have the Facebook group you can check out. And also, I'm on TikTok. And I said it before. I don't post a whole lot on TikTok, really. But I just post something like random stuff on my TikTok every once in a while. You don't have to. So if you don't come check out TikTok, I would not be offended because I don't really use it a whole lot. Just I might start posting some B-roll footage there just every once in a while. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And when you do, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you get notified every time I post a new video. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video.
Hey everybody watching has to subscribe. Subscribing is cool. Thanks.